Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I did not prepare any videos to go up this weekend because I spent time last week preparing for Eva from Fuchsia Floyd to come and visit for the weekend. And I was really busy with work. I was busy with setting some things up here. I did some grocery shopping, planned out some snacks, got us some wine, and really focused on that. So Eva and I spent a wonderful, wonderful weekend together. She just left this morning. She's on her way back to Cincinnati, and she arrived on Thursday. And Thursday, not long after she came, we went to Nifty 50s. For all of you Philly people, you know Nifty 50s, and for you folks that don't, it is just a wonderful 50s style hamburger fry kind of joint. And it's awesome. They have homemade milkshakes. They have a soda bar fountain with like 100 different sodas. It's awesome. So we went to Nifty 50s, and then we went to Otherworld, which is like an interactive art installation that's just across the street. And these are all within a couple of blocks from my house. So I didn't want to take Eva, you know, further and yon because she had been in a car for such a long time. So I thought that that would be a good opportunity for a stretch and to spend some time just exploring. And the next day, on Friday, we took a ride to Princeton, of course, to go to the Hermès store, but we also went for a wonderful afternoon tea. So I treated Eva for her birthday, and this is the menu, souvenir menu, tea time at the Peacock Inn. And there are several different teas to choose from. And by the way, this is in Princeton, New Jersey. I highly, highly recommend making a reservation for tea if you are interested. The tea that we have is lovely. I have a picture in the thumbnail. You can see what the tea looked like. And this is a look at what some of the offerings were. And Eva and I had the upper crust tea. And then there's one more choice, or two more choices actually. There is a royal tea time. And the royal tea time included a bigger champagne flight. But since well, at least I had to drive, that was not a good option. They offer a kids' tea time and a gluten-free tea time for anybody who has celiacs. And you get to choose what kind of tea you like. You can choose a pate or oysters for your second course with the tea that we had. And it was just absolutely magnificent. So, you know, they bring out the tray. Here's a little history of macarons and the tea bonbons. They bring out the tiered tray. We had first a soup, fruit soup chilled, which was wonderful. And then for a second course, I had oysters and Eva had pate. So we had a champagne with the first course, a champagne with the second course, and then the third course and fourth course that they bring out together is on the towering tray. So there was one row with tea sandwiches, and then the next 3 rows were filled with pastries, scones, macarons, very tiny little madeleines. It was absolutely wonderful. So we left our tea and we did some walking around Princeton. But first, before we went to tea, we stopped at Hermès. And we got to go in the special bag room. Yes, we were in the room where they show bags because we looked at bags. My SA knows that I am interested in a Picotin, and I told her that there were other bags that, you know, I really did like, you know, and she knows that I'm not interested in a Birkin or a Kelly, but Eva is. So she brought us into the room and she brought out a Picotin, which was, I believe it was Vert Fizz. So it was a very, very, very pale green in the 18 size. And oh, I love the 18 size. My SA said that she prefers the 18 the way it looks for a handbag because the 22 is much taller and you really don't utilize the taller space. And the price is very similar for both. So we took a look at the Picotin, and she also brought up another her bag for me to look at because I told her that I was very interested in another her bag and one that had a print on the bag. So you know that they are released in special editions sometimes, and they have prints that are similar to the prints that are on the scarves, but usually just with 2 colors. And the one that she took up for me to look at was gorgeous. It was like an oatmeal and black woven body, and it was a very tight, stiff weave where you could actually see that this was, you know, not a twill, but it was actually a woven material, and it had a black top and a black handle. But since I already have a black her bag, I didn't want another bag because to me it looked too similar. And then she took up a beautiful Birkin 25 for us to look at because Eva wanted to see a Birkin 25, and she did us the pleasure of bringing one up. And Eva was not interested in the color. I'll let her tell the story, but she did leave her information and start a profile. So you can head on over to Eva's channel when she posts to hear her discuss what our experience was like. But I have to be honest, I felt very, very special going into that room and taking a look at some of the offerings that they had. And if it was the right color Picotin, I would have left with it. But I honestly, I really want something that's more neutral. And my essay said that they fly out really quickly, but she'll let me know if they have one in. And she actually said light blue, which was a neutral that I requested, was one of the hardest colors to get and one of the bags that really flies out the door. But before we went in the bag room, I had already chosen an SLG that's here in this bag, and I will tell you before I reveal it a little story. So we went to tea, we both had some bags, we took a walk around, we bought a couple of other things, one which I'll show you in a minute, and then we sat down to have a cold drink. And I went to the restroom, gave Eva all the bags, came back, and after we got ourselves together, I realized my bag is missing. So my heart dropped. We don't know what happened to it. So we had to go and retrace our steps. And by that point in the day, my legs were absolutely killing me. My ankles were just, I just don't know how I did it, except the adrenaline kept me going. So even though the coffee shop said that they didn't have the bag, when we did go back, realizing that it's got to be where it is, and I really thought that this was gone, and I was heartbroken. The woman at the counter pulled out my bag from behind the counter, and I was relieved. And guys, I have to be honest, I shed some real tears thinking that my item was gone. I'm sure I could have replaced it, but you know, it wasn't cheap, and I really wanted it. So luckily, all's well that ends well. So I will reveal to you what's in this bag in a minute. But first, let me show you what I got from Green Street, which is also a really awesome place. If you have a Green Street consignment shop, I really encourage you to take a look because they get very, very nice things. They're fussy about what they take in, and they have awesome prices. So Eva found this bag for me. I think that this may be from the Soho line, but I really can't figure it out because I've tried to look it up. Some people describe this as a Soho, but it's not a Soho, even though it has the buckle. So the style number is 1444, if anybody has any information. It was made in 2004. You can see it has the signature CC pattern. Now I will give you a little tour and then get back to that charm. And it's really in magnificent condition. Here's the bottom. And this is what I thought was so cool because it reminded me of a cargo bag. It has these two small front pockets that are completely hidden when the flap goes down. And inside, something else that's kind of unusual for Soho bags, there's 2 compartments. And it's not really a slip compartment in the back. It's like a full regular compartment. It opens up pretty wide. So I saw this and I absolutely loved it. It was only $45, I think. I couldn't say no. I couldn't leave this behind. And also, it came with this vintage miniature picture frame charm. And I've seen these sell for a minimum of $50. So this opens, look, oh, look how adorable this is, guys. And the buckle actually is a snap. Opening it from the wrong side. And then inside you can see there's room for 2 small pictures. And Coach has made items like this through the years, but this is in the mini CC pattern. And I just think that it is adorable. So I got both items for $45. So now for my Hermès reveal. And guys, I'm not going to say it again, but I guess I have to. I'm not on a journey. I bought this because I loved it. Here is my receipt. And I don't want to give any of my personal information because that is on there. So I will show you. It came from Hermès, Palmer Square in Princeton. And let's finally get into the box. So you see, it's a small box, and I have to say, my friend Jane from James Jam inspired this purchase. So let me take off the ribbon. Tuck that away. And here's the box. And here's my item, safe and sound at home. Ooh. Okay, guys. This is the Rose Azalée, which really is Rose Azalea in Evercolor leather, excuse me. And this is a printed leather. It is very durable, but it feels really soft and really smooth, unlike Epsom, which is a much more hardy leather. This is very hard wearing, but not scuff proof like Epsom, but it just feels really, really beautiful and soft to the touch. So it's not a Calvi, it's a Calvi Duo. And here you have this side where you have room for cards, and then that's great. And then you have your little pocket for coins, little odds and ends, and small doodads, whatever you want to put in there. And it still folds up very compact. I know that these are a little bit harder to get, so I was really excited to get it. And I just can't wait to use it. And I know Jane, this is her favorite SLG, so I am really, really thrilled to have one. All these years that I've been buying Hermès, and not all these years, it's only been like 3 years or so, but I've never really explored a Calvi. And I've never been really that interested in Hermès SLGs, but I absolutely love this. And my friend Lula West LV, Lula LV West, she also loves the Calvi. And when we were at Hermès the last time, she said that these make really good catch-alls in a small bag. So those 2 ladies had me convinced. So yes, I really love this. This is a gorgeous, very saturated pink. It's a darker pink than my garden party, but I just absolutely love it. So that was what I got at Hermès. All's well that ends well. Eva and I had a great time, and I will be regaling you all with more stories later in the week. And hopefully Eva and I can do a collab with what we bought at the Coach Boutique. So stick around. I will see you all soon. Thanks so much for coming by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And for all you returning, I love you and appreciate that you come back and support me time and again. See you soon. Bye-bye.